What's new with the iPhone 13 and is it worth upgrading to if you own an iPhone 11? Hey guys, Vic with PhoneArena here, and the iPhone 13 not only gets you the newer design, which is more compact, but you also get a boost in battery life, a faster processor, upgraded cameras, and quite a few new features too. So jumping right away to the exact dimensions of these two phones, you can see that the iPhone 13 is a lot narrower and overall more compact, and it weighs less too. Despite that, I find that the flat edges on the iPhone 13 make it harder to grip firmly, and I do actually prefer the older design with the rounded sides. There is no difference in practicality between the two, as both are water sealed with the same IP68 rating. There's also no difference in the screen size. Both feature a 6.1-inch display, but what I do notice the most is just the color difference. Now the iPhone 13, it uses an OLED screen, while the iPhone 11 uses the older LCD technology, which has bleaker colors, worse viewing angles, and this slight ghosting effect when you swipe around. Now look closer, especially at text, and you'd also notice that the iPhone 11 has that pixelization, while the newer iPhone has crispy clean detail because of its higher resolution. And what's up with that tiny font on the iPhone 11 in the Safari browser? I find it very hard to read. Now the iPhone 13 is also considerably brighter. It reaches 800 nits of typical brightness compared to 625 nits on the iPhone 11, so this makes it more comfortable to use outdoors. Last but not least, the display on the newer iPhone also supports HDR, which really makes videos you record or Netflix movies that you watch come to life on the screen, while you don't have HDR support on the screen of the iPhone 11. Now the camera is what most people care about, and it has this strange kind of offset diagonal look on the iPhone 13, but that's only to accommodate larger sensors that can capture more light, and the iPhone 13 also has a wider aperture in the main camera. Now both phones actually have dual camera systems with a wide and ultra-wide cameras, but no telephoto zoom lens on either one, which means that zoom quality suffers. Now the iPhone 13 also gets sensor shift stabilization for the main camera, and this simply means that the whole sensor is adjusting to stabilize the footage as you move, compared to just the camera lens compensating for movement on the iPhone 11. In reality though, there is hardly any difference in video stabilization in real life. It is about the same, which is not to say that it's bad, it's actually among the best in the industry. Photo quality is a bit better than before on the iPhone 13, and video also looks a bit cleaner, but the differences are not that huge when you're using the standard recording modes. But then you have HDR video recording on the iPhone 13, which is a default option, and that looks really impressive, and you don't have that on the iPhone 11. You also have the new cinematic video mode, which has its flaws, but a cool tip here: if you step it down to f7, you can still get a nicely blurred background with the far less artifacts. And then you also get the photographic styles on the iPhone 13, which you don't have on the 11, and that allows you to set a custom look for all of your photos very easily, and it is a really cool option if you like tweaking with your photos. Now the newer Apple A15 chip makes a lot of that possible on the iPhone 13, and it also makes for an overall zippier performance. We can see a nearly 30% improvement in CPU performance on Geekbench, and then for gaming the iPhone 13 is just amazing. Just take a look at the frame rates while testing the two phones side by side with the popular 3D Mark Wildlife Extreme benchmark. You get much smoother gaming performance on the newer model, and everything just runs better. Now the one update I personally appreciate the most has to be that the iPhone 13 now comes with 128GB of onboard storage, while the iPhone 11 base model only has 64 gigs, which is just insufficient for many people and is quite the limitation. On the connectivity side, I have not had any issues with either one, be it Wi-Fi or just cellular connectivity. Both of them work great. Now the iPhone 13 does however support 5G, which is the newer technology, the newer networks, while the iPhone 11 does not. It is limited to 4G LTE. But even now, in the end of 2021, the beginning of 2022, we have seen very little real-world benefit from 5G yet, so that probably shouldn't bother you. Okay, battery life. Battery life was great on the iPhone 11, but the iPhone 13, it's even better. First, because it has a slightly larger 3227 mAh battery compared to a 3110 mAh battery on the iPhone 11. And second, well, our tests confirm that it actually lasts longer. Streaming YouTube videos non-stop, we get 8 hours and 15 minutes on the iPhone 13 compared to an hour less on the iPhone 11. And for just browsing the web, we get 13 hours and 43 minutes on the iPhone 13 compared to about 11 hours and a half on the iPhone 11. Now, this is not a small difference, and you can tell as the iPhone 13 can easily last through even those longer days on a single charge. And speaking of charging, it is still kind of slow on both phones. The iPhone 13 charges at 20 watt speeds, while the iPhone 11 can top up at 18 watts, and in real life a full charge takes about 1 hour and 50 minutes on both phones, while a 30-minute top up will give you about 55% charge. Both also support wireless charging, which is a neat convenience, but the iPhone 11 does not have magnets on the back, does not have MagSafe charging, so you cannot do this, and you also get slower charging speeds. The iPhone 11 can wirelessly charge at 7.5 watts, while the iPhone 13 supports up to 15 watts. One of the coolest tricks the iPhone 13 has to offer is MagSafe, and it seems like that's one feature that will stick with iPhones for years to come, so it totally makes sense for you to get a cool MagSafe accessory, and this is where the Anker MagGo lineup comes in, and it is just the perfect choice for Christmas. The MagGo lineup offers a ton of variety, and this also happens to be the first adaptive magnetic charging experience designed to fulfill different tech lifestyles. All of them look super stylish, come in various colors to match your iPhone, and for all of them you just seamlessly click, align and let the power flow. Check out this magnetic phone grip, for example. That looks very stylish and durable. It definitely won't slip off even a heavier iPhone, and it does double duty as a kickstand, a perfect gift choice. But what we want to focus on is the Anker 623 magnetic wireless charger that we have here. It looks super premium with this chrome accent, and the top element moves so you can actually have your phone standing upright or laying flat on top of it. Plus you can also charge your AirPods if you have it set as a stand. So the whole thing is reassuringly hefty, and even the heavier iPhone Pro Max model won't tip it off, and it comes with this rubbery material on the bottom so that it grips snugly to a table. So this thing looks and feels like it's made to last, and it is easily one of the coolest iPhone wireless chargers. So check out the description to this video for a link and get your loved one a surprising Christmas gift right now. At the end of the day, the iPhone 13 beats the iPhone 11, but is the difference worth it? The iPhone 13 costs about $800, while you can get an iPhone 11 for just $500. That's $300 worth of a difference. It's a lot of money. And if you really care about display quality, HDR and the slightly longer battery life, the answer is yes, the iPhone 13 is surely worth it. But I was still quite impressed with the iPhone 11 right now and how it delivers very similar camera quality, very solid performance, and it's a safe bet if you want a budget iPhone and you want to save some money. So this wraps it up. Do you think the differences are worth $300? And would you still use an iPhone 11 in 2022 and beyond? Let me know your experience if you've used any of these phones in the comments, and also subscribe if you enjoyed watching this. My name is Vic, this is PhoneArena, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.